Fit in 10 Nation, it is day 39 of the Fit in 10 challenge, and if you are looking at this video wondering why Mark looks so much better today, it's because I got a, well, I don't really know what you call these things, these circular lights for, I guess just making the whole lighting atmosphere much more even, and it's supposed to like remove, I don't know, I'm looking at the camera right now, it's supposed to move like blemishes or basically make you look I don't know, better in so many ways. So but I have it a bit of a ways away from me because it's behind a table. So let's see, I'm gonna try cranking it up here. Let's give it a shot here. Crank this thing up. Oh yeah, it's nice and bright. See any difference? I don't know, I'll play with it a little bit. You guys can let me know. All right, any announcements that I have today? No, I don't have any announcements. I don't think so. I didn't write them down. I did write some stuff down, but I didn't write that down. Any announcements? I feel like I have an announcement. All right, if I remember, it'll come to me, okay? All right, let's get into some questions, comments here. Somebody wrote me and they said, I want to emphasize my cardio this week and really feel the program you've designed. Although I've been doing cardio activities earnestly, aerobics and group-led HIIT, high intensity interval training that is, I haven't used a heart rate monitor or followed the interval training as designed in the Fit in 10 program. I don't think I'm being fair to myself or the program by not fully embracing this aspect. I'm sorry it took me 5 weeks to get here, but I'm here now and I'm ready to roar. Here to the program and letting myself delve deeper into its fathoms. Okay, so yeah, very good. You know, like this is a bit of there's an evolution that takes place with this program. I know that not a lot of people do absolutely everything you know, to its perfection right off the bat, and of course, you know, we have different responsibilities and different, you know, all kinds of priorities in our lives. So I cannot say, you know, how easy or hard it is for you to do everything. So the point is to try to do your best, or at least set a benchmark. And I'm always going to say this, doesn't matter where you are in the challenge, set a benchmark that you can be consistent with. Okay, I mean, that is in essence what a benchmark is. A level of whatever you're doing, diet and training, that you can be consistent with, and then improve upon it, right? Okay. Some other comments here. Feeling much more positive. Had a challenging workout with Martina last night. She's such an amazing coach. Being new to this whole process, to the gym, to the movements, I really appreciate the expertise, the guidance, education, and the patience, but also knowing when to push. I'm not quite sure what they're trying to say here. Okay, so the patience of both you and Martina, you're welcome. It's a skill you both do immeasurably well. Thank you kindly. It seems so natural to both of you, and maybe it always was, or maybe you've worked very hard to find that perfect edge. Maybe a combination of both. I will tell you that it's something I had to work on. I used to be a lot harder on my clients. I used to expect perfection right away, and I couldn't understand why they couldn't give it to me right away. Like, you know, but it actually wasn't until I went through coaching of different sorts where I fully understood the process that people go through. And you know, I've been involved in groups myself where I'm seeing other people with their coaches, the same coaches that I had, and seeing how well they did, and I was like, holy crap, you know, why can't I be as good as these people? But it's, you know, everybody's been there for a different period of time, everybody has different things going on in their life, everybody has different struggles, yada yada yada. The point is you know, I'll always keep coming back this, we just try to improve ourselves, right? Anyways, I'm going off on a tangent here. I didn't always used to be this way, so thank you very much for those kind words. I feel stronger by the day and more empowered as I work through this challenge. Every day that passes, every carefully planned meal, every workout I knock out, I feel the yearning of wanting more classes, more time to go to the gym, more cardio, more strength, more peace, more happiness, more gratitude, more kindness, even more protein. Yeah, very good. Okay, switching gears here, I did a little research and realized to my horrors, I have something called stress incontinence after childbirth. I had a similar phenomenon, but relatively short amount of time it went away. I thought it was gone, but since childbirth, I haven't been very active. Haven't been doing jumping jacks, any sort of jumping. I will spare you the details of my recent discovery. No problem. Many of the clients that I've had have had this issue. Okay, it's common, especially after childbirth. I read up on what I need to do to improve this, lose weight, and pelvic floor exercises. Yes, definitely, that's what I would recommend myself. I'm going out on a limb here and wondering if you have been asked about this topic before. Any training tips? Probably nothing you haven't already heard. You know, we want to just stay away from those things where you are jumping or high impact things. And there's always things we can work around for that. There's no problem at all. Of course, the weight loss is going to help you tremendously. And even just the training that you do, just having more body awareness is going to help tremendously with what you're doing. So just keep doing what you're doing. Of course, we'll have to modify a few things. Of course, not everybody has the same level of incontinence. So, you know, we'll just have to see how things go. But definitely, you know, you already mentioned it, pelvic floor exercises and weight loss, along with the exercise that you can do, right? I'm going, oh, I already wrote that. I already read that. Any specific training tips? According to my research, it happens to 68% of women aged 42 to 65. Also, I need you to know why I might be hesitant performing any in-class jumping exercises or kettlebells. No problem. No problem. It's nothing new. We have this. I've seen this many, many times. So, no, just keep doing what you're doing, okay? Things will get better. I can guarantee you that, okay? So long as you progress, things will get better for you, okay? And like I said, there's many ways we can work through things that you can't do, okay? All right, let's get on to something else. Where am I at? Holy Jesus, I'm at 7.5 minutes. Okay, there's so many topics too. Okay, let's talk about food of the day. All right, what do I got here? I got this. What is this? It's tinfoil. Okay, what's in it? Well, I've got a nice roast, so let me show you this here. Get this open. Let me try not to spill this, because there's some juices in this. So I'm going to try to show you guys this without making a mess, but I'm going to hold this up here, drop this down, without making a mess here. All right, so it's a little bit of a roast here, and what I'm doing is I'm essentially, I cooked it. See, there you go. You can see all the seasoning I put on there, which, by the way, I just put Himalayan sea salt. Let's close this up right now. Himalayan sea salt, pepper, garlic powder, and some Mrs. Dash on there. I made sure that the roast was, this is eye round, by the way, eye round, or eye of round, I don't know. It says on the label eye round. I thought it was eye of round. I'm not sure. Anyways, certain cut of the cow, obviously, right? Very lean cut. What else did I put on this? That was everything I put on there. Okay, so I put it in the oven for, I put it in the oven at 450 for 10 minutes because I like my meat pretty rare. And then I let it sit in the oven for like 2 more minutes at 275. And then I took it out. And then I tented it, or whatever you call this. I call it tenting it. This just helps keep the juices in, okay? So after I cook it, I basically wrap it in tin foil and keeps the juices in there, and just overall keeps the meat a little more moist. All right, so that's that. Eye round, so that's a very lean cut of red meat, of course, right? It's one that I'd recommend. Flank is another good one. And sirloin is pretty good too, like top sirloin. It's not bad. All right, let's talk about, man, it's almost 10 minutes. Oh, I don't even have a message of the day. Guys, I don't even have a message of the day. All right. No message of the day. Let's talk about this, okay? So this is not an exhaustive list. I'm going to talk about why strength training is so good for you. And I'm going to continue this, by the way. But I'll start today with a few key points here, okay? So 1, weight training increases your resting metabolic rate. All right, so by adding 1 kilo of muscle mass to your frame, you're gonna burn an extra, on average, about 100 calories per day, okay? Muscle tissue is metabolically expensive, especially developing more of your type 2B fibers, which is basically the fibers that are responsible for producing the most force, okay? Just think of it like that. Also, if you are in a calorie restriction, which you guys are going to be, you might be already, the weight training is going to help keep your resting metabolic rate up higher than if you didn't, right? Because when you reduce your calories, you lower your resting metabolic rate, okay? When you do cardiovascular work, you lower your resting metabolic rate. Weight training is going to help to reverse that, which is really important, right? Because we want to be energy inefficient if we want to get leaner, right? We want the body burning lots of energy. I already mentioned that the type 2 fibers have the highest metabolic cost, right? Also, with weight training, you're going to get a prolonged afterburn effect. Okay, so this is like, this is essentially the recovery that takes place. So when the recovery is happening, a lot of stuff has to take place. Energy has to be taken from areas, it has to be broken down, it has to be processed and distributed, and then, you know, rebuilding has to take place. There's a lot going on. So there's a lot of metabolic activity that happens, you know, really up to 72 hours after training. The literature tends to say about 38 hours, but I don't know, man. I mean, I'm pretty tired. I'm still super sore, like going into my 3rd day. There's still recovery happening, so. And of course, you can eat more because of this higher metabolic cost, right? So that's another bonus. And also through weight training, you're gonna get higher levels of circulating testosterone. Yes, ladies, this applies to you as well. This is natural levels, so don't worry. You're not gonna have like any sort of androgenic effects from this, because it's all within what the body will naturally produce. So testosterone, growth hormone, and insulin growth factor 1, IGF-1. These hormones are really good for keeping you young, keeping you feeling good, keeping your mood high, helping to preserve lean muscle mass, helping to preserve bone. The list goes on and on and on, okay? Helping you to stay lean. Heavy strength training forces all the muscles fibers to work throughout the muscle. This isn't that important, but it's just something to note. So when you get up and move around, walk around, you are, oh, I'm at 13 minutes here. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. When you get up, I'll continue this tomorrow when I talk. When you get up and you walk around, you're using a certain amount of muscle fibers, but you're only using a really small amount, right? So if we look through the entire distribution of muscle fibers from your slow twitch to your fast twitch, you're just using those ones that require the least amount of energy and are known as the more oxidative ones, the ones that just use oxygen, not glucose for energy. Anyways, you basically use a little bit of your muscle, okay? The more force that you demand from your muscle kind of makes sense, the more of the muscle you're going to use. All right, I'm gonna stop there, you guys. Submit, commit, do what you've got to do. You know, let me go back to one of my just simple sayings here for messages today, and that is just do the work. You gotta do the work. You can't think about doing the work. You can't put off the work. Well, you can, but you're not gonna get the benefits. Just do the work. Don't think about it, just perform it. Put it in your calendar, make it happen. Do it, make the time for it. Make the time for it. Family day, I got up at, okay, I'm not trying to be a hero here, but Martina and I had super busy days, so we had to get up at 5 and just start having our meetings at that time because, well, we got up at that time on Monday just so we could meet and discuss some things. So anyways, the longest video to date, crazy. Well, I made up for yesterday, right? Because I was a little bit shorter. Okay, do what you gotta do, you guys. I'll talk to y'all soon, and I'll continue this tomorrow, all right? See you guys.